Spin me. How you doing? This is my daily vlog. I talk about random stuff. This is my beard, and I've forgot it for 183 days, based on how many people. 184. I don't know. I'll make a decision soon on how many people died in the Christchurch earthquake. It's a fundraiser, and which is needed even more so now after 3 decent-sized earthquakes that have really just rattled this whole city. So any donations, linked down below, would be appreciated. I don't know. I just been watching some things on the austerity measures that have been taking place in Greece, and I find these interesting only because, one, the riots or the protests that are now taking place there, to me, I think, this is an opinion just based on what I think, so yeah, opinion, could lead down the same track as what has happened in the Middle East, with all the, in Egypt, Bahrain and Yemen and other places like that, only because I think this is the second time they're having these money thrown at them, more loans to take on, and because of that they have to tighten their budgets and squeeze things even more than before. And the people are like, no, we're not going to put up with this. You guys put us into this Eurozone, and we are just slaves to the money system, to the banking system in the Eurozone, and they are just becoming the whipping boys. They are losing it. They going to lose a lot of the national resources that are there. They're going to be sold off, and they'll be divvied up between other nations and other multinational companies and so forth. And the people of Greece, one of the world's ancient civilizations, or the base of that, is going to just stomp down and just be someone's bitch for a long time, if not forever. They're not the only ones that have this problem over in Europe. You got Portugal, and you got Spain, and Spain's going to happen at some stage. Portugal and Ireland, but then you have Iceland. Out of all of them, they're not in the Eurozone, and what they did was a little different. They decided that they were just going to say, no, we're not paying back anyone. We're just going to fold this damn thing, and we're going to start over. After a year, they were back on track again. The other ones that have decided to take loans in from the other places have gone and got themselves into more trouble. Now, I think with regards to what's happening in Greece, one, they're either going to just take it. However, this is the second time this has happened, and because of the squeezings happening even more, I don't think that they're going to take it. And they are going to keep these protests going, and just like the reasons, and these are the fundamental reasons of what's happened in the Middle East, however, that then took on different avenues based on political and financial means and other outside influences just trying to dictate what's happening. But there are fundamental reasons why that happened was because of money. People could not afford to have a decent living, even though they were well educated and felt like they could contribute to society, but because there was no money around and no jobs, people were missing out, or not able to actually do the things they wanted to do. So they were being held back because of financial situations. That is now happening there. Greece might be the next stepping stone for them to take it even further, and it might actually cascade into other places. If they are to continue something like this, I don't know if they're going to. It's the first day of really what's happening. But let's just look at it and see what happens. But if they are to continue something like this, who's to say that one of the other countries like Portugal or Ireland might not say and go, hey, Greece are doing it, why are we not doing it? And then once those other countries decide to do that, other countries might then decide to step up and actually look at what's happening in their country too. And then if they look at the money, and with enough vocalness and enough information put out there, and people actually interested in what's happening, and because it's done in the Western world and not just done in the Middle East, where in the Middle East they just blame it on religious fanaticism in the end, But in the Western world, they might actually look at it a little bit different and actually be able to trace the money source back, because everything's got about the money in the end. They will trace it back and actually find that things are to do with the money, and then go after the people that have caused this problem after all, and that's the greedy people that are just after more and more money. That's just what I think anyway. Remember Building 7. Look for that truth. See ya. Spinny, spin, 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 Freddy.